Okay. Hello, my name is Dan Taylor, and I'm the Executive Secretary of Mindfreedom Ghana. This video is about giving a brief history about when this organization was formed, what's the basis for forming, what we have done over the years, and how we are faring and go into the future. So Mindfreedom Ghana was established in August 2004 and then registered the following year in 2005. Now, forming this organization came about because of a very interesting story. When I went to the main market in Accra, Ghana, and bought a few items, and then got a carrier bag, plastic carrier bag, and put the items into the bag. When I got back, so this is the bag. So you can see the bag, there's this address with the blue ink over it. So I was curious, and then I read what was on the plastic bag, and it was about an organization in Scotland called the Highland Users Group, which is made up of persons with mental health conditions, and then their peers. I had a nephew, namely Theophilus, who had a mental health problem. He was into drug abuse, specifically marijuana. And then he had a mental problem. So I wrote to the group in Scotland asking for what kind of support they can give to me to extend to my nephew. And then subsequently they directed me to this group called the World Network of Users and Survivors of Psychiatry. And coincidentally, they had a meeting earlier in Denmark. And then we had a member of that organization, namely Mrs. Janet Amegache. She was a member of that WNUSP, World Network of Users and Survivors of Psychiatry. So they gave me Janet's email address, and I sent an email to Janet and talked to her about when we can meet. And Janet happened to be a lawyer. So she gave me a number, and I went to her office, and then we spoke about how we can come together to form an organization that will work about issues of mental health and the rights of persons with mental health conditions in Ghana. By then, Janet was also going to New York. At that time, the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities was being discussed at the UN headquarters in New York. So Janet was going to New York and coming as part of the group of persons from all over the world who were discussing the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. So we agreed, and then we said, well, let's get this organization going. I also have a friend called Nila Tiadiko, and I told him about what we had intended to do. That is myself and Janet, and that if he was interested, he can come aboard. Readily, he agreed and joined us. And so together, we then started, the processes to forming this organization in Ghana. And so the need arose then for us to look for a name that we can give to the group in Ghana. So Janet suggested that we should name the group Mindfreedom Ghana. But then there was this group that was already there in Portland, Oregon, USA, namely Mindfreedom International. So Janet approached them to one lady who is now deceased, namely Celia Brown. And then she spoke to Celia about us adopting the name Mindfreedom and then adding Ghana to it. Celia approached David Oakes, who was then the director of Mindfreedom International, and they all consented and then asked us to use the name Mindfreedom Ghana. So this is just a brief history about Mindfreedom Ghana, and I'm so happy we have this commemorative carrier bag, which I read and then followed up with an email, and that is where we are gotten to right now. Our organization, as I said, was formed in 2004, August. This year, August, will be our 20th anniversary. That we are so proud that we've been able to get this organization in Ghana, and we've connected to so many other organizations globally, championing the rights of persons with mental health conditions in terms of their human rights, in terms of their quality of care, and then standard of care. In terms of what Mindfreedom had done over the period, quite a number of activities that we have implemented over the period with funding from different entities, some of whom I'll mention as World Health Organization, the USAID, DFID, that is now FCDO, and we also have funding from Open Society, and then the European Union, and a few others that we appreciate about what they have done for us over the year. So thank you so much for listening to what Mind Freedom Ghana, how we came about, what we've gone through, and then where we are right now. Of course, our website will tell you more about what we have done and are still doing. Thank you so much.